Thoughts on Fox's switching to Sheik with the news of IBDW? Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about that real quick, chat. So if you guys don't know, obviously Leffen has been talking about and now doing the switch to Sheik for Marth because he really doesn't want to play Fox Marth anymore. Fox Marth being 60-40 being a meme that he talked about for a while. And now, you know, it kind of was just him kind of talking about it and other Fox mains kind of not liking playing it. But recently, Cody, or IBDW, I'm going to be calling him Cody because his tag is too long, Cody ended up saying he is going to start playing Sheik against Marth. Now, I mean, I am not a Fox player. I play a lot of Fox, but I'm not a Fox main. And I haven't played Fox against Zane, for example. I'd like to, but I haven't. And I understand the reasoning. So for those who don't know, I think some people are thinking that the Fox mains are just really defeatist and giving up early and things like that. But my understanding of the argument from them is that they don't see a way to hit harder or to win neutral more reliably. And so they would rather pick up another character so they don't feel limited by the matchup at the highest level. Now, if you're not at the highest level, and I'm going to come back to this, but if you're not at the highest level, you don't need to worry about that kind of stuff because you can still just hit harder or win neutral more against your average Marth opponent. But for these guys, they're struggling to find a way, theoretically or otherwise, to eke out advantages against Marth. And they think they could win maybe once in a while, but not consistently. And if they want to be the best, they're going to need to win consistently. So that's what they're thinking about. Not whether it's possible to win, but whether it's possible to reliably win. And so they're going to be doing a switch, and I think this is an interesting thing because it could lead to possible counterpick wars. It could lead to, imagine Zane right now believes Marth beats Sheik, but let's suppose that Leffen and IBDW change Zane's mind and Zane starts thinking that Sheik beats Marth. Does Zane do what they do and start going Fox against Sheik? And if so, Zane will need to be able to play the Fox Ditto, and he'll need to be able, he'll be able to do that because they'll start Fox Dittoing him. And so we'll start having what's known as a counterpick war going on. And I think that'll be very interesting for viewers. I think this is an interesting time because we're in quarantine to experiment and learn these things. Leffen's learning another controller. People are learning new characters. I think this is a good thing for Melee. I think people focusing on content more can be really good for Melee. So I think this is an exciting thing. The only concern I have is that a lot of Fox players that are not at the highest level are going to give up versus Marth, when the solution, in my view, should not be to switch character and just to learn how to beat the Marth player. But there are plenty of people that would feel more comfortable and enjoy the game more switching around. So if you're going to do that anyway, then continue doing that. But my advice to people outside of the top level, because it's different at the top level, but outside of the highest level, is play one character as much as possible. That being said, I think this opens up a new era for top players and spectators, and I think it's going to be really fun and interesting, and if nothing else, it's going to keep at least the memes fresh, right? Because now we're not going to be complaining about Fox Marth, maybe we're going to see more Marth mains complaining about Sheik, right? There are at least new things to talk about and figure out here. So I think it'll be fun, and it's more interesting than anything else, and I wish the Fox and now Sheik players luck. Alright, who are we going to get before? We had Puff, now we are going to have a Marth. We're going to be coming in with a Marth Ditto. Now, of course, down tilt is the name of the game in the matchup because both Marths want to be really grounded. You did see that coming out right away. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come in with a Nair. We're trying to be a little greedy and go over it. Now, of course, you cannot combo that at that percent. Ooh, no side B. Kind of intimidating him. Didn't work. That was great on their part. Oh, good tech. Alright, so what do we know about this person so far? We know they don't like to side B a lot. Oh, I'm not sure why that happened. We also know that they are okay. They're okay with being patient on the edge and actually patient with me coming in. Look how I was staying in one spot, just waiting around. I'll see how long it actually takes before they approach. I'm just going to show you guys what this looks like. So look how long I'm waiting, standing in this one spot before they try and come forward just a little bit. And now I'm going to come all the way in. They finally do go for an attack there. Just want to show you guys that people can be very committed to their strategies. So we just wanted to point that out. We're going to go ahead and go back into fighting now. Early double jumps coming out. That's going to be a problem for them. As you can see, I just waited for the side B to come out before I went ahead and did a punish. Back air really good. Does go swing low to high, which can be a bit of a problem hitting someone higher up. And I have no problem playing the pacing they're playing. So again, we can just wait. We know they're just going to wait. And we know that they're going to wait for their side B as well. But of course, I did not punish that. That was a bad play on my part. So again, as we can see. Oops. Again, the early double jump coming out is a common thing to punish as well. We see one side B into an air dodge. We haven't seen multiple side Bs from this person yet. Another common habit that Marth players can do, always want to be making sure you're counting side Bs, the timing of side Bs, the spacing of side Bs. Fair down tilt. Hold in, no. As you can see, we called out a lot of habits. We were learning a lot from how that match was going. We are going to be going ahead and going into another one on Yoshi's, which is a small stage. We give us less room to try and make those distinctions I was calling out. And as we can see, this person actually used platforms in a good way. No startup, and they just can put the move out quickly, which is great. Oh, there's our side B. I moved close just to see if I could hit them with the slope, because again, like I said, they were waiting. They go for the slope immediately, which is cool. Jumping by the edge. There's our side B. And we didn't see another one, so again, we're still looking at the one side B, looking at the punish. Moving in. This person's moving on platforms a lot now. Now, if Marth's above Marth, that's a tough spot for him. Why is being above Marth tough? Because being above Marth means you can up air, you can up tilt, you can forward air if they're at a certain angle. Did he try to stage spike me? That's funny. Anyway, and that's where a lot of punishes can open up. So again, grab, everyone thinks about grabbing the big punish starter, but hitting someone out of the air can be really good as well. I didn't think they'd hold in, but we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that anyway. Now, of course, they could have gone straight to edge there. Just a mistake on our part. Marth does not have the strongest shield, so we're going to go ahead and shield poke him there. And he was not getting the best DI on the throw, so again, that is going to be a punish coming out for us. So as you can see, there were some DI issues. There were some passiveness that we were able to punish. We also explained that Marth can have a real weakness when he's above other characters, and Marth himself is great at being below characters because of the disjoint of his sword. So these things combined end up being a very powerful thing in our favor. So we wanted to take advantage of the fact that Marth, wanting extra time to move and more space, actually went to the platforms, which gave us an opportunity. Now, of course, the platform can be strong too, as we pointed out at the very beginning, but you need to be very careful about it. You need to make sure the person's not just coming in on you while you're getting set up. Marth not having the fastest rising vertical mobility can be exploited in that way. Not having the fastest coming down mobility can be exploited in that way too. So you have to make sure you really condition your opponent to wait, or your opponent is someone that waits anyway in the timing for playing that type of play. That being said, we know how those punishes work. We know how everything came together. And so GG's, Lamau, Spaceys, thank you for the games. We're going to be going ahead and getting in with Falco. We are going to be playing against Fox on Dreama. Now, Fox is going to have a lot of room to move around. The platforms are high up, and this Fox is just going to be going straight in. So we're going to keep that in mind. Now, this Fox held in on the Nair. We're going to be remembering that too. We're going to laser him down so he cannot go straight to the edge. That means he has to go high, meaning he has to go directly into me or directly above, and we're going to have to try and figure out which he does. All right, so what do we know about this so far? This guy's holding down on these punishes, moving quickly. We're just going to go for a cheeky punch there. On platform, start working our bear. Every time. When he boxes on platform, you always work your back air. Because it sticks up at the high angle like this, so you can always pressure him. Keep that in mind. So again, we're going to go above Fox with our invincibility. It's going to take him so long to come and catch us that he's going to be out of invincibility by the time he gets there. Always make sure you're checking Fox in his lag. That's what we were going for right there. Again, pushing him up. And we tried to get his landing leg there, like I was talking about. We did not quite get it. That is okay. We still have center stage. Doesn't matter so much against Fox because he is so strong on edge or by the corner, but it still matters. So again, what is this guy doing really well? Like, I'm trying to punish him after my laser, and he is just moving out of shield right away, which is a very good play. But of course, knowing that, we can just laser him close, let him jump, and then go in and try and aerial or shine him. So we might try and do some of that this stock. Like that.
Sorry if this is too elaborate for a dono, but I want
No, it's not too elaborate.
Recap. You seem surprised at the poor decisions past PP made compared to present PP. While you're waiting to be ready to compete, how do you measure that progress realistically?
I will answer that right after this game. I thought this would be a pretty good informative one, but let me go ahead and finish up this game right here. So let me answer that right after this game so I don't keep this person on the other end waiting. I am going to still try and keep this informative if possible. We are going to be going in on Battlefield, a smaller stage on the bottom, higher top platform. There's going to be our punish coming out. We did notice that before. This time he held shield a little bit. We were able to get a punish there. I tried to get the laser out, unfortunately, no dice. Again, we're seeing this person go to top platform a lot, which is great against Falco. Unfortunately, if you do it too much, you can get punished like that. Going high, going high. Went high at the end of last game, hasn't changed it yet. Now, of course, going to edge on Battlefield can be scarier because you can get what's known as Battlefielded, where you just go straight past the edge. No one wants that. I turned around. Try to get the shield out in time, no dice. Try to get the roll out, that's okay. So as you can see, again, going high, great. Why is going high so good versus Falco? Going high versus Falco is great because laser is so low. Look at where laser covers. It's a low space in the ground. If you're going high, you can avoid Falco and you can also get great punishes. However, double jump, always double jumping early. We're gonna go ahead and go down so he has no chance to tech. There's no wall to ride on Battlefield, which can be a really great thing for us. Down, up, there's up again. We're calling this out. Again, late double jump, very important to keep that in mind. Going to edge. Good DI. We're going to keep chasing. So again, we're just keeping pressure. We're making sure we're calling out the jumps. We're making sure that he doesn't get a place to move away from me. We're always putting him off the edge, and we're making sure that he's not going to edge too much, but we're making sure that we're patrolling it, mostly patrolling the higher part of the stage. So as you can see from those games, what was really important, we noticed that this person was moving off of laser really well, but he was also going really high. Wasn't wave dashing in, wasn't wave dashing back, wasn't taking laser and doing up smash or turnaround up tilt, was mostly jumping. So what did we start doing? We started patrolling it. I started calling out when they would likely jump. They would jump, go down, jump, go down, jump, go down. Sometimes they would go in, and we would call them out early in their startup of their approach. So as you can see, you learn, so many Falcos just want to say, well, I just want to keep lasering on the ground. You don't have to do that. The laser has served its purpose. The Fox is jumping. Some Fox players will be preconditioned before the match starts to start jumping, so you don't need to over laser. This can be an important way to learn how to play against Fox on platforms. Always make sure that you're keeping in mind, you don't have to over laser. You don't have to even do like 3 lasers, sometimes 2, sometimes only 1 before you win a neutral interaction. Don't have to over laser. If they're on a platform, you don't even need to shoot at all. Make sure you're setting yourself up for something. If the Fox is on a platform, he has less range to move, because again, he only has the platform space to move, so he can only attack you from the platform space or move down or move to another platform. So kind of keep that in mind. If you're under a platform yourself, Fox can usually only land on it before he can hit you. So again, make sure that you are using your environment, your stage, to its fullest potential when you are playing against Fox. And as you can see, the punishes were also good. We also called out some of the recovery habits. We also saw the Fox was going high. Pretty much never went to edge. Actually never side beat as well, although we were covering that some just in case of the eventual mix-up. We tried running off and seeing if we could get them to side B into our down air, no dice. It was a good play on their part by not mixing that, but it was a good play on our part by seeing they were always going high. So as you can see, make sure you keep in mind laser counterplay, platform counterplay, vertical counterplay, and also knowing your opponent's recovery habits. All very important. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something from this game, and GG's Blitzkrieg. Thank you for playing.